Morning, folks. Sorry, I don't know, what is it, 9 minutes late or so for today's daily financial news. I just completed an interview with a 29-year-old who accomplished a big goal that he's been chasing for 10 years. So you can look for that interview probably in the next couple hours. It will post. But that's why I'm late. Started it at 7, just finished it up. So pretty exciting interview. Got me pretty excited. So daily financial news, you know the deal. 100 thumbs up, and we do a live session Saturday morning at 8 Pacific. We are wrapping up Q2, June 30th Q2. Pretty amazing that half the year is already behind us. A couple of things. First, Q2 of 2020 in the history books will go down as the best quarter since Q4 of 2001 for the stock market. That's 22 years ago. Pretty amazing to think about. Obviously, a lot of that comes off the March lows. So we were starting from a low base, but regardless, best quarter in 22 years. I am left thinking myself, great. Once we turn the page, it's July 1st. We're into Q3. Has the easy money been made? What does the second half look like? It's pretty clear that we are going to have a toxic election. Where's the consumer at? Where's the second wave? Do we have spikes? I mean, there's a lot of noise in the system. So I would not count on Q3 being a repeat of Q2, if you know what I mean. So appreciate Q2 though. If you were in the market, you invested off the March lows. Congratulations. You've enjoyed the best quarter in 22 years. So take that. The Nasdaq, as we close out, there may be some variability with today's number, but the Nasdaq is up 10% for the year. That is pretty amazing. I think it will be interesting to watch when the earnings come out. I think there are some technology names that are not having very good quarters when I talk to my sales teams. It will be interesting to see what happens. Clearly, the work from home stock going digital is playing Zoom and others. So there's clearly some stock winners, a lot of them in technology. But I think in general, there's going to be some pain in technology names, and we will see a adjustment in Q3. But we will see. And certainly there are some huge winners. Don't get me wrong. And so it's a stock pickers game. I think if you're in the Nasdaq, it's not you don't take the index. I don't think. It looks like this mask issue is becoming politicized, and it looks like Goldman Sachs. You can argue whether they're red or blue. I argue that they're about making money. I don't think they really care. But clearly, they put out an interesting survey or interesting report this morning talking about if we were to institute a national mask policy, that we could potentially reduce infections and thus reduce the lockdowns that will likely be required in hotspots, saving 5% of the GDP. No idea, haven't seen the math, but if we appreciate what happened in New York, what appears to be happening in Texas, Florida, Arizona, if we could avoid some lockdowns, whatever it is, that would probably be good for all of us. So interesting. I'm going to try to get a handle on that report, see if it's public or maybe they have to pay for it. I don't know. But if you find it, you get the actual Goldman report, I'd love to see a copy of that. Looks like the Facebook protest or boycott is picking up steam. More and more folks are jumping on. Facebook's clearly going to have to respond. It will be interesting. A lot of them are talking about just July, right? A boycott in July. Some of them are talking about the rest of the year. It will be interesting. I think Facebook is going to have to reply. The good news is they have some time, right? The boycott's for July, so there's no rush to respond today. But I would expect them to reply with something substantial in the month of July. Looks like Lululemon is going on the acquisition bench. They are acquiring a fitness company. I guess it's called Mirror. I've only seen advertisement. I haven't seen one in person. But basically, it's like a big iPhone screen to me, and you're working out with, I don't know, something. I don't know. But it's interesting. 500 million bucks, $500 million. It's interesting. I didn't see that coming. I don't know that Lululemon is anything but clothes at this point, and now they are going to be acquiring essentially a hardware plus an app. I guess I get it. It's nice to expand. Um, it's interesting. I think Lululemon. I mean, just looking at this, probably scooped Nike. I would have thought this been more of a Nike or maybe even an Apple purchase. Good for Lululemon getting out there and putting some money to work. Thought that was interesting. Almost 7,500 subs. Yes, thank you, Andrew, for the shout out. I appreciate that. Biden yesterday was out. I guess he did I guess you'd call it a virtual town hall or whatever. First time I've seen him speak in a while. Actually, I shouldn't say I saw him speak. I didn't see him speak. I read about his speech. It looks like he is starting to finally, at least in my opinion, get out there and talk about what he would do if he was elected. I took from that speech a couple of things. First and foremost, he's going to reverse some tax cuts that Trump put forth. I think that was a no-brainer. I think we all saw that coming. He's going to aggressively look to close some loopholes that hedge funds have been benefiting from, like stepped-up basis and things of that nature. I think, frankly, these have existed for too long. There are some Wall Street heavy loopholes that's embarrassing that are still existing, especially in an environment where we have huge deficits and things of that nature. So I think that's actually a good thing. I think closing those are a good thing. And yes, it'll piss off people on Wall Street, but I don't care. Also, he's likely going to raise probably some capital gains tax and things of that nature. When I read what was written, the one thing that I've been hoping for, and I've talked about a couple of times on this channel, is hope. I don't want to talk about fear and hate and being disrespectful and name calling and all that nonsense that I thought I left behind in grade school and junior high. I want to feel better. One of the things about being an American, in my opinion, is you are hopeful. You believe in hard work. You believe in those things. And we haven't had a lot of hope the last couple of years. So I did take some hope from Biden's speech. He's obviously going to be raising taxes. And frankly, I think given the environment he would likely inherit if he won, I think you should raise taxes, frankly. So it will be interesting. Interesting going on. JC asks when I'm going live. Questions Saturday at 8 a.m. only if we do 110 thumbs up on these daily videos. Again, we've upped it to 110 thumbs up. And right now, I think Saturday and Sunday of 2 or 3 days ago, it's not there. So if we don't get to 110 thumbs up, I will just enjoy my hour of free time. If we do get to 110 thumbs up, we will do another live stream Saturday at 8 a.m. Pacific. Again, leave your questions here. I will prepare Friday afternoon. Don't know if you saw this. Also, Elon Musk sent out a note to his employees, basically saying, "Hey, time to focus. We need to deliver some cars in the next 48 hours." He did this yesterday because Q2 break even is looking tight. Obviously, the shutdown has infected Tesla pretty big, given they're building in California and all of that. So I wish them luck. I hope they get their mark. They're looking to be added to the S&P 500. In order to do that, I think they have to be profitable for 8 quarters. And I think Tesla has been profitable for 7. So this is a big deal, right? If they're not profitable, that clock starts all over again and they can't be added to the index. Consumer confidence jumped. That was something I looked at just before I hit record or live or whatever it is. It jumped. Expected 91, came in at 98. Again, I think this is all getting out of the lockdown. These are all the numbers, like kind of like a sugar high. I would suspect if consumer confidence was taken today, probably wouldn't be as much, right? We are seeing some negative news out of Arizona, Texas, Florida, and the like. So we got to realize that any one data point coming off of a huge low can be misleading. So let's be careful. Looks like United Airlines is stepping up the requirement for masks. Kind of saw this coming. they have to make their passengers feel safe. And one way you can do that is mandate masks. And hey, if you don't want to wear a mask, don't fly United, right? Fly somebody else. I think in general, United wins from this. They will certainly lose some passengers. But when in doubt, if you're concerned and you have to travel for some reason, you're going to wear a mask and you're going to get on United if you're concerned about that at all. But if you don't have that policy, you'll just fly somewhere else. Housing, again, we've talked about yesterday's pending housing number being 44% up or 44.7 or whatever it was. Looks like prices are up as well, up 4.7%. Again, value prices, whatever you want to call that. Again, this is where we're at. We have so low supply based on yesterday's number, 18% lower than a year-over-year numbers. If we stay at this level, and I'm not sure we will, so let's just be clear there. If we do stay at this level, prices are going up, right? Again, excluding New York and San Francisco and all the stuff we talk about. But yeah, if supply stays this low, prices will go up. So it'll be interesting to watch as we get to like July and August and September, because right now, again, just like consumer confidence, we have that huge rush. And we'll see what happens if we have carryover. AMC, I don't know if you saw this, but again, kind of a result from these flare-ups. They've pushed their opening from July 17th to June 30th. Man, can AMC theater franchise catch a break? They've got to be running on fumes. Fauci talks today about this health crisis we're in. He could move the market. Right, you should have probably seen some headlines recently from the WHO and CDC, who I do not trust at all. I think they are influenced by other agencies or other countries. But you can't argue with the numbers, and more importantly, cases I'm not concerned with, but hospitalizations that is up, and that is without a question a problem. That's a trend we have to flatten or reverse. So we'll see. He could move the market. Fauci could move the market, so we'll see what he has to say. Uber looks to be shopping again. They want to expand, right? They lost Grubhub here about a month ago. Now they're going after Postmates, another food delivery platform. So Uber, I don't think Uber misses again. I think, frankly, Uber overpays because they feel slighted by Grubhub. So I think Uber's going to overpay. Again, just an opinion, a guess. So we will see. And then lastly, I saw that Circus du Soleil, I don't know, whatever it's called. They had to declare bankruptcy, which is a shame. Excuse me. They lost, it impacted 3,500 jobs. My guess is most of those are in Vegas, but I could be wrong. Not really sure where they are based. But in the end, it's going to be interesting. It is a short week. Remember, we are on Tuesday. So Thursday's the big day. Man, Thursday. I don't know if I'm excited or nervous. I think I'm excited. I think Thursday is going to be a good number for the employment picture, but we'll see. We will see. So also tomorrow we get ADP's employment number, which is usually the first cut. So we'll see that as well. So in the end, enjoy Q2. Enjoy Q2. I'm a little nervous about Q3. I don't know about you. Again, remember, 110 thumbs up. If you do that, again, we got to go back to Saturday and Sunday because right now we're behind. That's the deal, folks. Assuming we get there, we will talk 8 a.m. Saturday. You have a wonderful day. I'm going to load that interview with Alex here in a minute. And I got another interview in 7 minutes. So you'll get 2 interviews today. All right, take care.